Please excuse my rendition because I have some earwax, of this waxy buildup, and I've been trying to get rid of it, but I still can't hear out of one ear right now. I hate moths. Last summer, my apartment was attacked by those flying vermin. I can't tell you how it started. I was first catching them in midair with my hand and letting them out, because they're slow. You could see them pretty clearly against the white walls of my apartment. I was compassionate about it, but they started to become more frequent, so then I'd clap my hands together and smash them up against my hands, And of course I'd wash my hands later. Then they started to lay eggs on my ceiling. I've got one of those stucco ceilings with the millions of bumps and sparkles on it. So the next thing you know, these eggs started to hatch, and they became like these little yellow worms. They're like these tiny little maggots. So every morning I'd get up and I'd go to my kitchen to fix myself breakfast, and I'd be greeted by 2 or 3 of these tiny little maggots on my ceiling.
Oh boy, oh joy, do 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 do. Oh boy, I'm lucky. I'll say I'm lucky. This is my lucky day.
I tried different methods of dealing with them. With the heat of the summer, I started to get really crazy. I called the exterminator to get some advice, and they told me that they were Indian meal moths, and that I had to insulate my food. It would take about $500 to take care of the problem. Of course, my landlord wouldn't take care of it, so it was my problem. As the summer went on, these moths started crashing up against my kitchen from the outside, and they were trying to get in. It was kind of like they had some kind of homing device. And they weren't doing this to any other apartment but mine. It was pretty terrifying. At about this time, I found something called a bug wand in one of those catalogs that you get in the mail, with those crazy type products. And it's kind of like a Darth Vader type of wand. I could have gotten the deluxe model, which actually, when you vacuum the moths in there, it shreds them in this rotary shredding device. But I thought that was kind of cruel, so I just got the regular model for $9.95. I actually bought 2 of them because I thought I did have a real problem. So what I do is I vacuum them in there, and then I'd go outside and tap up the tube against the front steps. I just stomp on them and pound them into the cement. So this went on through the winter, and I did start to insulate my food, and slowly but surely the problem got to be less and less until finally they completely disappeared. The following spring, I was doing some shopping at an outdoor plaza near me, and I was startled because I heard this fluttering against the tin roof of the walkway. So I looked up, and there was the biggest moth I had ever seen. It was like a small bat. This creature was doing crazy eights. It was flying completely out of control. So I was just standing there watching this thing stunned, and all of a sudden it nosedived, and it landed on its back under a mailbox. So I was just looking at it. It was trying to right itself, but it couldn't, And in a second, I went over there and I stomped on it. That was the end of King Moth. As I said before, I really hate them.